I had a choice 15, 20 years ago. I could have shut my mouth. Only Allah knows the future. And I could have put my Islamic eschatology aside, and I could have refrained from saying what no monetary economist in the world was saying, but I didn't do that. I used my study of the Quran and the Ahadith in pursuing Islamic eschatology to come to the conclusion that we are now located at a critical moment in history when we are in transition from the United States of America, Pax Americana, to another ruling state in the world. That the United States is now in decline. This is 15, 20 years ago. The record is there, you can check it out. And that in order for the United States to decline and to no longer be recognized as the ruling state of the world, the US dollar will have to collapse. I predicted this. I'm not a prophet. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Businessmen predict trends in the market, that this is likely going to be happening, and so let me invest my money here. What's wrong with a political scientist looking at the events which are unfolding in the world of politics, looking at the events which are unfolding in the world of money, monetary economics, and then anticipating that the US dollar is going to collapse? What has happened since then? This is Imran Hussein who's been saying this for 15, 20 years. Did I pull it out of my hat? No. Was it an angel or a jinn who was whispering to me? No. I was using a methodology that you have rejected. Your methodology, my critics, is that only Allah and His Messenger can explain and interpret Quran and Hadith, not Imran Hussein. Well, fine, that's your methodology. I did not accept that methodology. I said Allah sent the Quran لِقَوْمِ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. He sent the Quran to a people who will think things out. And so there is in the Quran and the Hadith that which has to be studied and thought out. And because I was doing that, using that methodology, I was able to anticipate 15 or 20 years ago the US dollar is going to collapse and a new monetary system is going to come to replace it. And now we are on the doorstep of what I was anticipating 50, 20 years ago. I don't see why I should stop doing what I'm doing. When we say that Israel wants to become the ruling state, we're not saying that Israel will become the ruling state. No, we say Israel, the plan is that Israel wants to take over from the United States. Why? We say that Israel wants to become the ruling state so that a man will stand up in Jerusalem and declare, I am the Messiah. Isn't it not beneficial for people to understand their plan? And we see their plan working out. They're succeeding. Why? Because we dum-dums, while fighting with each other in sectarian warfare, have abandoned the Quran and abandoned the Sunnah. Yeah. Where is the evidence? The evidence is right here. Where is it? Here. Tell me, is there any one of your scholars of Islam who have said what Imran Hussein has said, that this is bogus, it's fraudulent, it's haram? I've said it. Because I've studied the subject using my methodology. Because of things like these, Israel is succeeding, and the Zionists are succeeding in achieving their goals. What I'm doing is trying to wake up our people, trying to teach, doing it with patience, but sometimes I get angry.
شكرا جزيلا. I've got one question here from
of the elders of Zion is an important document. The historical process has been unfolding precisely as it has been described in that document. So for us it is irrelevant. Are these genuine or not? That's irrelevant. No. It's a document, and that document has within it a lot of information that is true. So why then should we not read it and study it and benefit from it? Whether it's genuine or not, let somebody else in Washington answer that question. We're not interested. What's the relationship between Dajjal and Shaitan? Shaitan is a jinn. Allah never created any human being or any jinn as an evil being. No. The human beings have a choice to be Muslim or Kafir. The jinn have a choice to be Muslim or Kafir. And if you are a human being or a jinn, then on Judgment Day you have to stand before Allah for judgment. Because Allah never programmed you to commit evil. You chose that. فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا. Allah inspired you with the capacity to either be virtuous or to be evil. الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّكُمْ فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. You have the choice, you have the freedom to choose this way or that way. But not Dajjal. Dajjal didn't have any choice. Allah created him as an evil being. Allah created him as an evil being. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ. مِنْ شَرِّ مَا خَلَقَ. If the evil which Allah created, مِنْ شَرِّ مَا خَلَقَ, if that is not Dajjal, you tell me what it is. You tell me what it is that Allah created as evil. Okay? So here is an important difference between Dajjal and Shaitan and the Shayateen. Gog and Magog have to be separated from Ahlu Ya'jouj wa Ma'jouj, the people of Gog and Magog, the people who follow Gog and Magog. The hadith is repeated 4 times in Sahih Bukhari that on Judgment Day Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say to Adam alayhi salam, take out the people for Jahannam, and he'll ask how many are there, O Allah? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reply and say, out of every 1,000 take how many? 999 for Jahannam. He said the one for Jannah, the Prophet Muhammad said the one for Jannah will be from you. But the 999 would be Ahlu Ya'jouj wa Ma'jouj, the people of Gog and Magog. So Gog and Magog, those who follow Gog and Magog will be judged by Allah and sent to Jahannam. What is the status of the original Gog and Magog? The hadith does not tell us. All we know is that the original Gog and Magog are going to be killed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when Nabi Isa alayhi salam prays to him. And the method that will be used to destroy them would be something which attack them at the back of the neck, the top of the spine. A South African doctor suggested to me it will be a virus. And they will fall down paralyzed, and by next morning they'll all be dead, and there'll be quick decomposition of the body, smelling. This is a hadith in Sahih Muslim. So we don't know about the original Gog and Magog, what is their status. But the people of Gog and Magog who follow them, they will also be judged by Allah and sent into Jahannam, like human beings and like jinn. But Dajjal himself is programmed as an evil being. If Allah programs a person as an evil being, how can Allah subject that person to judgment? You answer that question. Okay.
Which repeats.
Who is responsible for what is happening in the world today? The events which are unfolding. Answer, the main actor at work on the stage of history, the main actor at work is the Judeo-Christian alliance, the Zionist alliance. And at the foundation of that alliance is Gog and Magog, see my book at the back. The main actor operating from behind the scenes is Dajjal. And he's using these foot soldiers to pursue his mission. That's the answer to your question. Yeah. Islamic State, I never heard the term in my whole life. I don't know whether it dropped from Mars or Venus or Jupiter. In my study of Islam, I never came across the term Islamic State. No. What I know about in Islam is the Khilafah state. And I know the difference between the Khilafah state and the modern Republican state that probably Iqbal himself did not understand. Muhammad Iqbal, Dr. Muhammad Iqbal. Huh? So when you take the Islamic movement and you register it as a political party, and you're fighting elections in this modern secular Republican state, huh? And you want me to respond to that conduct of yours, I say you're just whistling in the wind. What you should be doing is to keep in your heart the Khilafah state and struggle to restore the Khilafah state and to recognize the difference, the big difference between what Allah and His Messenger had given to us, which we have abandoned and which we must struggle to restore, and that which has been given to us by the Judeo-Christian Zionist alliance, the modern state. This is what they did in Egypt with Ikhwan. This is what they did in Pakistan with Jamaat Islami. This is what they did in Malaysia with Parti Islam. This is what they're doing in Indonesia. And this is what they did in Turkey, but they're not fooling us. This is not our agenda. No. Our agenda is to struggle to restore the Khilafah state.